paste. Nia Long, American actress. Love Jones, Big Mama's House I've seen. Best Man, Friday I've seen that as well. Are We There Yet? I've seen that. And Boys, I've seen all of them, but I don't recognise the size of his neck and his teeth. His neck's massive though. We're done. That's a bloke. Final answer. It's just forensics works so fast when you can do it. It really does. We're done. That's a man face. Absolute dude face. Look at the wide smile of a man. We call it the lion smile for a reason. Facially, it's an absolute dude. Forget the fake tatas, boys. It's just another Jackie Brown. We're looking at an absolute male skull. It's a blockhead on a thick neck look. Square jawline, wide mouth, widest in the cheekbones, deep set eyes with a brow bone. Look, the brow bone is literally shining across. Look how big the bridge in the nose is. Remember, women have rounded eye sockets, open eye sockets, smaller eyes, and a much smaller bridge in the nose. Look at the distance in those eyes. Look at that bridge, and then look at that bridge. Boom. Rectangular, far apart eyes with a big bridge in the nose and a short sloping forehead. Draw a line down and then across. It's a man. Final answer. Gates. Where are we? There. When looking at the male versus female gait, the woman when walking, her legs bend into this diamond shape. You can see it here, and you can see it there. It's midsection. But she swings her back leg around and back in front. So it just repeats this process over and over. That's a woman walking, look. There's a male silhouette. There's a female silhouette. What silhouette does that match? So simple to see them. And again, forensics in the snow. That has got to be one of the greatest pictures ever taken in the history of mankind. It shows the male versus the female walking. And it shows there, and there's your silhouette. These are basic principles of forensics. The onus is upon you to learn these skills. Change the way you look at people. And all of a sudden, when you see these giant five heads look with a close set eyes, the exact opposite of what we're looking at, look. That is the exact opposite look. Short forehead, wide eyes. Long forehead, short eyes, look. Just by looking at their faces. But again, there are people out there that'll tell you the schools don't work, and they don't if you give them to a troll. But the minute you put them in the hands of a natural person, someone who's not out to lie to you about anything, these abominations, and that's what they are, the liars, the deceivers, they're abominations to God's goodness. They stand out just by looking at their necks. Look at that vein running down the side of the mastoid. Look at the size of Bridget Nielsen's neck. It's a joke. Absolute huge man face on a huge plinth of a neck. Look at Megan Fox. Look at Taylor Swift. They've both got diesel shadow casting jawlines, look. But that's not the bit that you should be looking at. Look at the length of the neck from chin to thigh. Look at the length on both necks. And then look at what is staring at you. A double-pronged Adam's apple. A double-pronged Adam's apple. If you imagine a yo-yo turned sideways, that's what it looks like, right? Like a hamburger. Two bread buns with a bit of meat in the middle. That's what we mean by a double-pronged Adam's apple. And it becomes more and more obvious the more you look at them. You don't see women with necks like this and places to put Mama's spicy meatball. And look how obvious this is. Look. Chin to tie. Look at this. Chin to tie. It's amazing when you can see it, isn't it? They just jump out at you. And then just look, right, if you're still not sure about the neck of clock look, the difference in neck, just remember men have 40% longer and thicker necks than that of our female counterparts. If you're still not sure, just go straight to the eyes look. Rectangular, far apart eyes. Rounded. Look at the rounded shape to that eye socket look. Look at the rectangular shape to that eye socket. It's amazing that none of us noticed. Or we didn't notice more of them. Let's come back to class. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing this giant head of a man. Rectangular shaped eyes. Look. Short forehead, wide eyes. It's a dude. Final answer. Did we put Neil Long in the back file? 1 second. Let's pop your name in the back file. Paste. Right, whilst it searches for Nia, we will go after his Gates. Is that him when he was younger? I recognise that. I know it's the same person, but I recognise that from the movie it's in. Neil Long. It's a dude. If it's got a Getty seal on its name, it's a dude. It's the opposite of what you're looking at. Whatever you think it is, it's the exact opposite. 180 degrees in the opposite direction. That's why the Bible says that it is esteemed as the potter's clay to turn everything the devil tells you upon its head. 180 degrees, the opposite direction. If he says the sun's burning, then it's not burning. If he says that man walked on the moon, no one walked on the moon, and whoever pretended to was women. Neil Long. I got no Gates. Hey, definitely got no Gates. I'm walking. Well, he's definitely not walking there. Look how high up that calf muscle is. Houston, psst, we have a problem. Screwed up right there. That one, you can't quite see it. Is he pretending now? I think he's pretending to have a baby there. Neil Long, there's one. Oh, he's doing his dance bit through that studio where they all... It's Nia Long. I said it's Nia. It's Nia. Have you seen the one with Michelle Obama? Michelle Obama's walking down this bit here, and I swear down, he's like 1.5 foot bigger than every single one of these production team members. There's another nice one. Look at that broken leg. Look at that diamond formed. This one as well, look. Diamond formed, but not here and not there. Dudes. Another one here. Is that Michael Jackson? It is Michael Jackson. Again, straight legs, knees together. And look at that. Sweet baby G. Look at that FTM in the background. Look at the Howard Kimber. Look at them shoulders. Look at that bolt on there. Look at the size of that bolt on. You can literally, and I mean literally, stand a Big Mac, a large Coke, and a large fries on each shoulder. He's massive. Absolutely, oh my gosh, brace yourselves. I think I'm going to be sick. It's a bloke in a leotard. And this is what the passing offers feminine beauty. The flat-backed, wide-eyed, short-foreheaded woman has become the staple for all covers of magazines. Look at this straight. This is a dude. Straight legs, knees together. Final answer, Nia Long is a man. Backfire.